Hello, I'm Dango Rose. Welcome to the Mountaineer Podcast, where everybody's listening. The Mountaineer brings you the latest news of the Peak-to-Peak region, in print, online, through our podcast, social media, and special publications. Now, listen in to the latest news of the area with our local journalists.
Sitting here waiting on the light to change. This world is driving me insane, but I've got you here, right by my side. My side, we'll stay together. Let's just ride till forever rolls on by. You and me, side by side.
The song that you are currently listening to is called Side by Side, and it is from the debut self-titled album from the duo Bonnie and Taylor Sims, who will be coming to perform at the Gold Hill Inn this Saturday, December 21st. That show, of course, will be located at 401 Main Street in Gold Hill. Doors open at 6 p.m. The show, which is a winter solstice dance party featuring their band, will start at 7:30 p.m. and between 6 and 7:30, there will be a light dinner buffet for $18 cash. If you want to purchase advance tickets, be sure to head to goldhillinn.com. And to learn more about Bonnie and Taylor Sims, be sure to head to their Facebook, their individual Instagram accounts at the Bonnie Sims and at Tater_skins, that's TATOR_skins, and head to their website at Bonnie and Taylor, that's BONNIEANDTAYLOR.com. Also be sure to stream their debut album as well as their debut release, the standalone single Every Little Bit, wherever you get your music.
Come on, baby, slide over here. Just lean back and fall into love. Is simple and love is strong. It's always right, it's never wrong. And you and me, baby, we were meant to be, baby, side by side.
Hello there, everybody. My name is Jamie Lammers, and welcome to the Mountaineer Podcast. This episode, I will be bringing you our regular segment contributed by Maryann Rosen. After this episode, I'll finally be back on schedule for the Mountaineer Podcast, and we will be back to our regular schedule of 2 episodes a week, with Music of the Mountains coming back to its regular slot this Friday. Before I give Maryann the floor, though, I wanted to let you guys know that Pet of the Year is going to be announced in this week's edition of The Mountaineer. So, if you want to know who won Pet of the Year this year, subscribe to The Mountaineer today. If you go to our website, themtnear.com, there are articles that you can browse completely free of charge, but if you want to peruse our full digital archive, see scanned editions of the physical paper, or perhaps even get a physical edition of the paper in your mailbox or the mailbox of somebody that you love, then be sure to subscribe to The Mountaineer today and stay tuned to the very end of this episode for a special discount meant specifically for podcast listeners. All right, one more quick message brought to you by The Mountaineer, and then we will let Maryann have the floor.
Are you interested in advertising? The Mountaineer has advertising in print, on our website, through our social media. We have 3 guides each year, coupon insertions, and more. Want more information? Email marketing@themountaineer.com or give Bethany a call at 720-960-2900.
All right, without further ado, here is our history segment, brought to you by Maryann Rosen.
This is the Mountain Ear Podcast, and I'm Maryann Rosen, bringing you history, lore, or stories from or about the mountains you live in. Have you ever wondered why the greeting Happy Holidays is often used? Contrary to what some believe, it is not to minimize any particular holiday, but to incorporate all. At this time of year, though, all heartfelt greetings are welcome. December into January 1st is a time period in which many celebrate holidays. Before we get into the more well-known of these, such as Yule, winter solstice, Hanukkah, of course Christmas, and ending up with New Year's, let's look at other December celebrations. There are between 14 and 20 holidays observed by several groups and religions during this juncture. December 8th was a day on which followers of Buddhism commemorated Rahatsu. This holiday honors the day on which the Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, is said to have achieved enlightenment. Spending a day in meditation is common. Enlightenment is celebrated when the world is at its darkest. Zoroastrianism is one of the oldest monotheistic religions. Together with Judaism, they are known to be the oldest monotheistic religions in the world. More than 3,000 years ago, the prophet Zoroaster founded the religion in Persia, now Iran, and on December 26th, Zoroastrians venerate the death of their prophet, typically by visiting a fire temple and offering prayers. Boxing Day, though not a spiritual or a holy day, is also celebrated on December 26th. This holiday dates back to the 1800s when Queen Victoria ruled. It was a day to ensure that the upper class in Britain would give servants and workers a day off and to present them with gifts. Several days in December have holidays celebrated by followers of Hinduism. These commemorations offer a blend of spiritual observances, rituals, and community celebrations. Ishti, Chandra Dashana, Matsya Dwadashi, and Masik Shivrati are a few of many dates in December recognized by Hindus. Ishti, on December 2nd, is observed with rituals involving a sacred fire, offering prayers and mantras to a chosen deity, making offerings like grains and fruits and putting them into the fire, and reciting specific hymns at an altar decorated with flowers and incense. The aim is to connect with positive energy and seek blessings for prosperity, health, and peace. Chandra Dashana on December 3rd is important as it is believed that worshipping the moon god through chanting mantras and following rituals will result in good luck, peace, and prosperity in the home. To solemnize Matsya Dwadashi on December 12th, devotees typically wake up early, take a holy bath, worship Lord Vishnu in his Matsya or fish avatar by offering prayers, flowers, and tulsi leaves, often accompanied by a fast. Celebrants may also perform acts of charity like feeding fish or donating to the needy. On December 29th, offering flowers, homemade sweets, lighting a diya with desi ghee, chanting mantras, bathing in a holy bath, and setting up an altar for puja are a few ways to observe the day of Masi Shivrati. Celebrated from December 26th until January 1st is the holiday of Kwanzaa. Begun in 1966 by Black nationalist Maulana Karenga, it was a way to unite the African American community in the aftermath of the Watts Rebellion in Los Angeles, an uprising against systemic racism. Karenga laid out the 7 key principles of unity, self-determination, collective responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. Each of the 7 days is dedicated to one of the 7 core principles, and candles are lit. Although some see the popularity of this celebration as declining since the waning of the Black separatist movement, many still celebrate with family, friends, and community by lighting candles, eating good food, and having amazing discussions. One of the better-known holidays celebrated around this time is Hanukkah. The word Hanukkah means dedication. On the 25th of Kislev in the Hebrew calendar, in the year circa 164 BCE, the Maccabees, led by Mattathias and his son Judah Maccabeus, rebelled against the Seleucid king Antiochus IV Epiphanes. The king had outlawed Jewish practices, including the observance of Shabbat or the Sabbath. Jews were told that they had to choose between conversion or death. The Syrians also desecrated the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. The Jewish people refused to submit to these religious demands and refused to worship the Greek gods of the Greco-Syrian Seleucid culture. They refused to give up their Jewish identity. The revolt of the Maccabees resulted in the reclaiming of the temple in Jerusalem, which now needed to be purified and rededicated. The Seleucids, however, had only left enough oil to light the temple's menorah for one day, but the flame burned for 8 days, giving the Jews time to secure more oil and to rededicate the temple. Every year, this miracle and rededication of the temple is celebrated by lighting candles in a menorah called a Hanukkah for 8 nights. Hanukkah begins on the 25th of Kislev on the Hebrew calendar, which usually falls in November or December, and this year the first night falls on December 25th. Since the Jewish and Gregorian calendars do not align, it is not often that Hanukkah and Christmas fall at the exact same time. This will be only the 5th time since 1900, and the next time will not be until 2035. According to Jewish custom, Hanukkah is considered a minor Jewish festival, but it does rank, along with Passover and Purim, as one of the most beloved holidays, full of light, joy, and celebration. Lighting the menorah, meals with family and friends, playing the dreidel game, and giving Hanukkah gelt are all ways of celebrating. Foods fried in oil, such as latkes and sufganiyot, a type of jelly donuts, are special treats during the holiday. Today, the holiday is a reminder to Jews to rededicate themselves to keeping alive the flame of culture, peoplehood, and religion, so that it may be passed on to the next generation. Not all winter festivities and festivals are religious ones. Winter solstice this year on December 21st is a celebration following the wheel of the seasons. It is the shortest day of the year, and a new cycle of life for the sun begins at the winter solstice. We honor the magnificent sun, that on the darkest night it is born again, bringing a new year of life and growth with it. It is the end of the descent into darkness and the beginning of the return of the light. Yule is a winter festival that celebrates the return of that light and warmth during solstice time. Beginning on the eve of the solstice, it continues through the solar new year. Primarily celebrated by neo-pagans or as a non-religious alternative to Christmas, it is a time for reflection, feasting, gift-giving, and decorating with evergreens, holly, mistletoe, and trees. Traditions include lighting candles, singing, dancing, and bonfires. It is also common to make homemade ornaments, treats, and beverages. During the Yule season, Yule ham, roast goose, mulled wine, and gingerbread are on the menu. Oranges, symbolizing joy, happiness, luck, money, and purification, along with cranberries, symbolizing abundance, energy, courage, and love, are representations of the holiday. Do all of these traditions and foods sound familiar? There is a reason. One of the most widely celebrated holidays globally is Christmas. An important holy day for Christians, it is the day honoring the birth of Jesus Christ. Born in Judea to Jewish parents, those who follow his teachings believe he is the Messiah, the Son of God, who came to give love, hope, light, and joy to the world. The actual date of Jesus' birth is not really known, but many attribute the celebration on December 25th to the fact that it was easy to repurpose Yule, solstice, and other pagan festivities and traditions to the celebration of Christ's birth. It is thought that Christmas would replace the pagan holidays that everyone was used to observing, and that all of the aforementioned traditions of Yule would continue as Christmas traditions. Lighting candles, eating special meals, and exchanging gifts and singing, family time, trees, are all still practiced. Going to church is another important observance on Christmas. Christmas is a time of giving, warmth, light, and helping others. The story of Jesus' birth in Bethlehem is well known in most cultures, even if it is not someone's belief or they do not believe he is the Messiah. The word Christmas actually means Christ's Mass, honoring Jesus Christ. As December winds down, we come to the beginning of the new year. New Year's festivals are among the oldest and most universally commemorated. They are social, cultural, or religious observances to welcome in the new year. The earliest recorded New Year festival dates to around 2000 BCE. In some cultures, the new year began with the vernal equinox in spring. In others, it was ruled by the new moon nearest the autumn equinox, or actually on the autumn equinox, while still others believed the new year began on the winter solstice. On the Roman calendar, the new year began on March 1st, but after 153 BCE, the official date changed to January 1st, which was continued onto the Julian calendar of 46 BCE. Once again, though, in medieval times, the date changed, and most of Christian Europe regarded March 25th as the new year. When the Gregorian calendar was adopted in 1582, the date was restored to January 1st, where it still remains. New Year's Day is widely considered as a time for new beginnings. It signifies a fresh start to the year ahead, often marked by reflections on the past year, setting resolutions for the future, and gathering with loved ones to mark the occasion with festivities and merriment. It is essentially an opportunity to clean the slate and embrace new possibilities. The transition from one year to the next represents a chance to leave behind past challenges and embrace fresh opportunities. Some traditional ways to mark the occasion are eating, drinking, kissing, singing, fireworks, and making those resolutions. So, whatever you observe, however you celebrate, may the holidays be filled with friends and or family, great food, love, happiness, joy, singing, light, warmth, and hope, and may you find comfort in the lengthening days and the rest and relaxation of wintertime. Listen in next time to the Mountain Ear Podcast for more mountain history, lore, or stories. I'm Maryann Rosen. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Maryann, for another great segment. It's been a hectic couple of weeks for both Maryann and I, so hopefully the hectic couple of weeks are over and we'll be back to our regular schedule over the next couple of weeks, which means that you will see Maryann again in about 2 weeks. And once again, now that we're back to our regular schedule, I'll be coming out with this week's Music of the Mountains, as per usual, on Friday. Until then, though, if you want to share this episode or other episodes of the podcast around with whoever you see fit, be sure to head over to the mtnear.com and scroll near to the bottom, or head to our podcast's main hub at the mtnearpodcast.buzzsprout.com. If you want to be involved in the podcast in any way, shape, or form, if you have a story you want to contribute, if you want to be interviewed, or if you have something that you generally want to promote through advertising or your own voice in the Peak to Peak area that you want us to include on the Mountaineer podcast, then be sure to email me at media@themountaineer.com and we will get something sorted for you. Before we completely sign off, here's another quick message brought to you by the Mountaineer.
At the Mountaineer, we have been working hard on our new website. The new site is up, and through November it is completely free to check out. That's located at www.themountaineer.com.
All right, everyone, I'll see you on Friday for our regularly scheduled Music of the Mountains segment. Have a great rest of your day!
Caught between midnight and morning, who I was and who I'll be. Caught between the dawn and the darkness, between the devil and the deep blue sea. Between the devil and the deep blue sea.
The song that you are currently listening to is called Devil and the Deep Blue Sea, and it is the opening track for the debut self-titled album released by Bonnie and Taylor Sims. That duo will be performing with their band at the Gold Hill Inn this Saturday, December 21st, to celebrate the winter solstice with a dance party. They'll be performing at the Gold Hill Inn, located at 401 Main Street in Gold Hill, on Saturday, December 21st. Doors open at 6 p.m., the show starts at 7:30 p.m., and between 6 and 7:30, there will be a light dinner served for $18 cash. If you want to purchase advance tickets, be sure to head to goldhillinn.com. And to learn more about Bonnie and Taylor Sims, be sure to head to their Facebook page, their individual Instagrams at the Bonnie Sims and at Tater_skins, that's TATOR_skins, or head to their website at Bonnie and Taylor, that's BONNIEANDTAYLOR.com. Also be sure to stream their debut album as well as their debut release, the standalone single Every Little Bit, wherever you get your music.
And that's it for our show. Subscribe online to get more access to more news, weekly updates to our community calendar, and a link to our YouTube channel by visiting themountaineer.com. Be sure to use the coupon code PODCAST when subscribing for a 10% discount, only available to our listeners. If you are in the local Peak to Peak area, be sure to pick up a print edition of The Mountaineer at a local business. I'm Dango Rose. Thank you for listening.